Hello, my name is Amanda Langston and I work at Watkins Woolen Mills State Park and State Historic Site in Lawson, Missouri. Today I'm here to tell you what Christmas would have looked like for the Watkins family in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Christmas in the Victorian era was vastly different than what we think of today in terms of both tradition and celebration. Christmas had been observed by various groups of people on a much smaller scale for centuries, with the first recorded celebration occurring in AD 336 in Rome. The first commercial aspect of Christmas, however, began in 1843 when Henry Cole commissioned artist friend J.C. Horsley to create the very first Christmas card. However, Christmas would not become an extremely popular worldwide holiday until the mid-1850s when it was celebrated by Queen Victoria and her family. By 1880, more than 11.5 million cards were being produced each year. Decorations had become quite elaborate and included greenery and bright red bows as well as Christmas trees. In 1881, Cassell's Family Magazine stated that, quote, "To bring about a general feeling of enjoyment, much depends on the surroundings. It is worthwhile to bestow some little trouble on the decoration of the rooms," end quote. It quickly became popular to put small gifts, fruits, nuts, sweets, and handmade trinkets on the Christmas tree. While we do not know a lot about how the Watkins family celebrated Christmas in the way of decorations and tradition, we do know that they did, indeed, celebrate the holiday. The Watkins Mill archives contain a sizable collection of Watkins family letters that talk about their Christmas preparations and company, as well as Christmas cards, holiday publications, and even a few Christmas ornaments and gifts. Carrie Watkins' cookbook contains several recipes for Christmas, including a recipe for the traditional plum pudding. A letter dated November 10, 1874, from Lizzie Watkins to her married sister Maddie states, quote, "I am looking forward to Christmas with the brightest anticipation and hope you will not disappoint us. Alice Watkins is coming, and perhaps Laura. Of course Sally and Alice will be there. Christmas wouldn't come if they couldn't," end quote. Another letter written a month later on December 18, 1874, from Lizzie to Maddie shows even more excitement. Quote, "You asked if I knew it was only 2 weeks until Christmas. I know it is only one now. We too have been counting days, and if you could hear us speak hourly of when Matt and Dick come, I know you would feel highly complimented. I have been very busy since I came home, making a new calico dress for Christmas, but don't think it will be very pretty. I want to make one for Mother by Saturday Eve. Mother is sitting by me darning socks and tells me every other minute to tell Martha she and Dick must be sure to come. Will you get here Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? Matt, we find such pleasure in sewing Christmas trinkets, even if you can buy them," end quote. An 1886 letter to Mary Ann Watkins from her granddaughter Mary gushes about her and her siblings' Christmas presents. Quote, "I will tell you what I got for Christmas. A gold breastpin, firecrackers, stocking of candy, nuts, figs, raisins. Buford got the same. Waltus got a little pistol and some firecrackers and a wheelbarrow," end quote. By 1898, Maddie's family had moved from St. Louis to Kansas City, and family dynamics had vastly changed. Waltus and Mary Ann Watkins had both passed away, and their children often visited back and forth to each other's homes for the holidays. Carrie Watkins writes to Maddie, quote, "Your letter came last night. It is indeed quite a short time till Christmas. I never was ready for it in my life, and I suppose I never will be, so of course this one will find me unprepared as usual. We all appreciate your invitation to spend Christmas Day with you, but I find I cannot accept. It is too cruelly cold for me to think of the trip from here to the city," end quote. A few weeks later, Carrie sat down to write a letter the day after Christmas, where she explains, quote, "Late Saturday evening, when I was almost overwhelmed with worry and loneliness, in came your Christmas remembrance. If you could have seen how quickly it smoothed out the frowns and chased away the gloom, you would do yourself proud. The scarf for the dresser is something I wanted so much. The nail file suits me better than any I have seen, and the handkerchief is a dainty creature just to my taste. Judson, Jane, and the children came yesterday. The kids brought me 2 boxes of candy. One was candied fruit, and a jar of olives. We had a fine day. The old Gobbles was simply immense. I think he will last all week," end quote. As Carrie states in her letter, The Christmas feast was a definite tradition by this time, and the Watkins heartily agreed with the admonition given in Mrs. Beeton's Book of Household Management. Quote, "In December, the principal household duty lies in preparing for the creature comforts of those near and dear to us, so as to meet old Christmas with a happy face, a contented mind, and a full larder. And in stoning the plums, washing the currants, cutting the citron, beating the eggs, and mixing the pudding, a housewife is not unworthily greeting the genial season of all good things." End quote. As we enter this holiday season, we would like to invite you to explore more of the history behind Christmas tradition, and we wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.